Okay, everybody. Hello and happy Sunday Funday. I'm Sarah and I am so honored to be here teaching our Barre-Dio class through Navina for YEG Fitness's 12 Days of Fitness. So all we're going to need for practice today is a cushy ball. Now, a lot of us don't have this ball at home. Not a big deal. If you have like a towel that you can roll up or a couch cushion or a pillow or something that you can use in lieu of, that's going to work really, really great. You're going to want to have a set of weights for practice today, and you're going to want to keep these on the lighter side, okay? So anything between 1 to 3 pounds. You can grab soup cans, you can grab wine bottles. It is Sunday Fun Day, so have fun with it. And we're also going to be using a block for practice today. So if you don't have a block at home, that's not a big deal. You can simply, again, use that rolled up towel. You can even grab a book or even use that couch cushion or pillow. And yeah, we're going to get started. So for those of you that might not know what Barre-Dio is, it's Navina's unique exclusive blend of Pilates, barre, and yoga all wrapped up into 1 hour to really give you a fully embodied practice. So it's one of my favorite classes to teach by far. It's really resonated with our community, and so I'm really honored to be bringing it here for you today as well. So I'm just going to get up, I'm going to adjust the music, and we are going to get started, everybody. So make sure that you have a water bottle as well, because you are going to need it. All right, so we're going to get going, everybody, and we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up. So what I want you to do is just standing onto your mat with your feet hip-width distance apart, bring those hands onto your hips, and we're just going to start with some nice high knees. So take those knees up, up. Good. So we're going to work with the beat here. So see if you can find it. Up, up. And as you're drawing your knees up, I want you to point down through your toes, stack your shoulders over top of your hips, lift your chin away from your chest for 5, 4, in 3, 2, 1, let's reach the arms up, we pull down, down, down. Now, as you're bringing those arms down along the sides of your body, I want you to make sure that you're really working the lats, the sides of your waist. Good, in 4, 3, 2, let's find some straight leg kicks, take them out, 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 really good. Now what you want to do here is avoid leaning forward, keep those shoulders stacked, core is tight for 4, 3, 2, hands to hips, step those feet to second position, so heels wider than your hips, turning your toes out, roll your shoulders down. From here we plie down and up, down and up, good, all the way down and all the way up. Pushing your knees out. Over your center toes, I want you to pull your tailbone down. Let that seatbelt muscle, those transverse abdominals, start to work for you here. In 4, 3, 2. Now hold the plie here and we pulse. Down, down, good. This is a great time to connect to your core. Hug that belly button in, pubis bone in, tailbone down, and breathe here for 4, 3, 2. One more time, let's take it up, extend and bend, up and down. Good. So whether you're here to build a little bit of strength, flexibility, space, whatever brought you to your mat, I want you to connect with that now. Setting your intention for this practice so that you can be held a little bit more accountable. All right, in 4, 3, 2. One more time, we hold it down and pulse. Down, down. Good, now you can stay here if you're with me. Releve, find the balls of your feet for 5, 4, let it be shaky. You have 3, 2, hold it here, this is it. See if you can sink those hips a little bit lower. Lift those heels up just a little bit higher. And slowly release. Good job. Shake it out. Grab a sip of water if you would like. And we're going to get into our arms right away. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab your weights or whatever you're using, and let's come to stand with our feet hip-width distance onto our mat. So hands just alongside your body to begin with. Bring a slight bend into your knees, and then hinging from your hips, we're gonna tilt the pelvis or we're gonna tilt forward, I should say. Keep your pelvis in neutral, so try not to let your bum stick out too much. See if you can keep pulling your tailbone down. Now from here, I want you to bring your hands up in line with your shoulders. Hug your elbows in towards the sides of your waist, and then keep your chin away from your chest. From here, we're gonna start to kick back with our hands to a count of 2. So we go back in 2, in 2. Good. Back and in. Now, as you're hinging from your elbows, can you keep those elbows nice and high in line with your shoulders? If you were to take a peek over your right shoulder, can you see your wrist moving in line with your shoulder for 3? And back. 2 and back. Now hold it back here. From here, we're gonna take the arms up an inch and down. Up an inch and down. Good. Now tiny little 1-inch movements here. See if you can stay with your alignment here. I'm not too sure what's going on with the music, but we're just going to work with it anyways. So can you slow down these movements, or shorten them, I should say, taking them up and down just 1 inch for 4, 3, 2. Now one more time, we take the elbows in for 2, kick it back for 2. Good. In and back. 2 more. Good. Now hold it back here and we pulse. Up, up, up. That's it. Roll your shoulders out of your ears, chin is away from your chest for 4, 3, 2. Oh my gosh, my triceps are burning. I hope yours are too. 1 more here. Now we're gonna stand all the way up. You're gonna bring your arms out in front of you, soft bend into your knees, retract your shoulder blades together, and from here we open out. In 2, in for 2. Good. Open and close. Now work with the beat here as best as you can. Try to keep those wrists in alignment with your shoulders. So notice if your wrists are starting to drop down, see if you can pick them back up, and if you can't, that's okay, but I want you to ditch your weight. So from this position, we think about letting go of our amigo. He is not our amigo. And we work here functionally. Hold the open here, pulse, up, up. Really good. You have 5, 4, don't lock those knees. For 3, 2, hold it up here. You're gonna turn those palms to the back wall, and just for fun, lift those wrists up a little bit higher. Yes, you can. Take a nice big inhale here, smile. Exhale as you release. Whew. Okay, you're gonna shake it out. You're gonna grab your ball or whatever you're using in replacement of. You're gonna take that ball in between your thighs. We're gonna give those arms a little bit of a break. You're gonna get up to your surface or whatever you're using for a bar, whether that's your kitchen counter or maybe just a chair. I want you to stand a soft elbows distance away. Hands are nice and light onto the bar, and your feet are about hip-width distance apart. Now let's take an inhale here. I want you to releve, find the balls of your feet, and then as you exhale, we sink down into the knees. Now notice if your booty started to shift back towards that back wall. That's very normal. See if you can pull the tailbone down here. Again, let that seatbelt muscle work for you, that stabilizing muscle here. Transverse abdominals. When you're ready, squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Getting those inner thighs working a little bit here. Make sure that hand is nice and light onto your surface. So whatever you're using, let it simply be a support rather than a crutch. Good. You might even take that hand away from the bar. It's always there to catch you. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold the squeeze here. We extend in 2, bend for 2. Good. Up and down. Keeping that tailbone pulled down as you lift and lower. 2 more. And up. Last one. Hold the bend of your knees here. Sway your hips. This time we go right and left. Right and left. Good, keeping those shoulders nice and quiet. Try not to lean forward. High onto the balls of the feet for 4, 3, 2. Hold it back at center, sink a little bit deeper. Squeeze that ball just a little bit harder. And then slowly release as you exhale. Really good job. Okay, everybody, you're gonna go ahead, grab a drink of water before we get into our first cardio burst. So this first cardio burst, we're gonna come down onto the floor. You're going to come into a tabletop position. You can do this next one either from your knees or from the balls of your feet. Now, I couldn't decide if I wanted to do mountain climbers, if I wanted to do push-ups, so I thought, you know what, why don't we just do both? It's gonna be so fun. So if you've never done this before, I know fun is relative, you're gonna just watch up here first. And again, you can do these either from your knees or lift those knees up, find the balls of your feet. So when we get going, this is gonna be a timed one, so just hang out. You're gonna bring that one knee into your tricep, push down, and come back up. And then we lower and lift, okay? So either from your knees or from the balls of your feet, you have about 6 seconds until we get started. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, now as you're lifting and lowering, I want you to make sure that your chin stays away from your chest. We have 30 seconds of movement, 30 seconds of work. That's it, that's all, you got this. You're already over halfway. Keep breathing here for 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Take it back, child's pose. You can find a shell stretch if that feels better. You have about 30 seconds, and then we're gonna get into it again, round 2. All right, find your breath here. When that beat drops, we get into it. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Round 2, everybody, you got this. I've got you. I want you to push yourself and prove to yourself just how strong your physical body really is. I want you to breathe, and I want you to get uncomfortable here. Good, you're almost through. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. All right, slow it down. Big inhale, big exhale. Find your breath. Take a sip of water. And we're gonna stay down onto the floor for this next one. So what I want you to do is you're gonna take your bender ball. If you don't have a ball, again, you can use that rolled up towel, grab your block even, and you're gonna bring it behind the back of your right knee. Now I want you to, from here, stay onto the top of your left foot, hands underneath your shoulders. You're gonna lift that right knee up in line with your hip. Now from here, chin is away from your chest, push down through the top of your left foot and squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Trying to keep that right knee in line with your hip as best as you can. Really work through your right hamstring, not losing the squeeze of the ball, only squeezing harder each and every time. In 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze. Lift your knee up an inch and down, up and down for 4, 3, 2. Now let's put it all together. Take it up an inch, squeeze, down an inch, squeeze, up, squeeze, down, squeeze. 2 more. Lower. Good. Lift and lower. Hold it here. Pulse it up, up, up. Using that right glute. Find that lift. Breathe here for 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Squeeze that ball a little bit harder. Lift your knee up just a little bit higher. And slowly release down. Good job, everybody. Take your ball. For a moment, actually, you can just extend that right leg back. I'll give you a little bit of a break. I won't be too cruel today. Try not to. Take your ball behind the back of your left knee. When you're ready, You're going to bring those hands back underneath your shoulders, lift your left knee up in line with your hip, root down through the top of your right foot, and then hug your low belly in. From here, squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze. Breathing. Chest is lifted for 4, 3, 2. Now hold the squeeze, lift that knee up an inch and down, up and down. Good, breathe here. Don't lose the squeeze of the ball for 4, 3, 2. Now put it all together. Take it up an inch. Squeeze, down, squeeze. Good, lift and lower. 2 more. Last one. Now hold the squeeze here, pulse that knee up, up. Good, keep grounding through the top of your right foot. Don't let your chin drop for 4, 3, 2. Now hold it here. Squeeze up all just a little bit harder. Yes, you can. And slowly release all the way down. Good job. Release that ball. You can tuck your toes under. Walk your hands back towards your feet and then plant the soles of your feet down. From here, keep a bend into your knees. Roll yourself up, 1 vertebrae at a time. It is time for round 2 of our cardio burst. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back into that second position and we're gonna get into some squat jumps. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna time this one. You don't have to jump if you're not comfortable, if that's uncomfy for your joints. All that I ask is that you think about getting that heart rate elevated. So you're gonna squat like this. You can add a little bit of a hop if you choose, or maybe you find that full squat jump, okay? So we're gonna get going here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, 30 seconds. Find something to look at. That's not the floor. Keep your chin away from your chest and breathe here. It's only 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Try not to stop the body. Keep moving here. Grab a sip of water. Stay hydrated so that we don't build up that lactic acid too fast, causing our muscles to cramp. When this beat drops, we're going to get back into it for a little bit longer this time. So you hear that my breathing is labored? I want yours to be too. Okay, let's get into it. 35 seconds. That's it, that's all. Push those knees out wider. Bring your hips down lower. Yes, you can. Good, we're almost there. You're halfway over. All right, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, grab what you need here. Take a sip of water. And we're gonna get into our calves just a little bit. So what you want to do here, come up to your bar and face your bar with your hands about elbows distance away. Feet are parallel, hip width. And we're going to releve, find the balls of the feet. From here, I want you to make sure those hands are light. Chest is lifted. Drop your heels all the way down and up. Down and up. Good. Make sure that you're looking straight ahead. Chin is away from your chest for 4, 3, 2. Hold it up here and you pulse. Up, up, up. Good job. Try to get a little bit taller. Hands are nice and light. For 4, 3, 2. One more time. Drop your heels and lift. Down and up. All the way down, all the way up. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold your heels up. This time we go down, down, down. Really good. So feel your heel or your calves get a little bit longer. Don't let your heels touch the floor. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Squeeze your calves together. Squeeze your inner thighs and your glutes. Hover your hands if you can. And then slowly release down. Really good. We're going to come down onto the floor. So go ahead and take what you need here. Grab some water if you like. And then our next movement is going to be utilizing our block. So I want you to take your block over to onto your left side. From your knees, you're gonna bring your knees about hip-width distance apart. Step out with your right foot, bringing your right toes in alignment with your left knee. Now your left hand is onto your block. That's just a little bit wider than your shoulder, so that as we lean into this, our shoulder begins to stack over top of the wrist. Hand onto hip. Dorsiflex your ankle so you come onto the inner edge of your right foot. And from here, we lift that right leg up. We go up in 2, down, 2. Lift and lower. 2 more. And down. Up and down. Now bring it up here and you pulse. Up, up, up. Really good for 4, 3, 2. One more time. Let's take it down, down for 2. Lift into. Good. Lower and lift. 2 more here. And up, down, up. Hold it up and you pulse. Up, up. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up here. Hold, hold, hold. Yes, you can. And release down. Good job. Punch it out. All right, last side here, and then we're gonna get into our Pilates. So take your take your block over onto that right side. Bring your left foot out, toes in line with your right knee. Right hand onto your block, left hand onto hip. Let's find the inner edge of our right foot, or of our left foot this time. From here, take an inhale, we lift into, lower, into. Good. Take it up, 2, down, 2. 2 more. Good. Hold it up here and you pulse. Up, up, up. Good. Pushing into that block. Don't sink into that right side. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2. One more time. Let's drop that foot down. In 2, lift, 2. Down and lift. 2 more. And up. Last one. Hold it up here. Pulse. Up, up, up. You got it. 4, 3, 2. Now hold here for 5, 4. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release down. Punch it out. You can ditch that block off to the side, grab some water. If you like, it is time to move away from our bar work and get into Pilates. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start by taking that block or your ball or whatever you have at home just in between your thighs. And that's going to allow your knees to stay hip-width distance apart, or about 2 fist widths. Now I want you here to wiggle out, roll out those fleshy parts from underneath your sit bones. Bring your hands to the front of your shins. As you inhale here, retract your shoulder blades together, sit up nice and tall. Exhale out pursed lips as you round your upper back, folding forward. Again, inhale as you sit up nice and tall, retracting the shoulder blades, chest is lifted. Exhale as you round and fold forward. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, breathe out pursed lips, almost as if you were blowing out birthday candles. Now hold the flexion or the rounding of your upper spine. Tuck your chin to your chest and just breathe here. Taking a few inhales And a few exhales, really solidifying this Pilates style of breathing in your body here. But if you're a yogi like me, this might be a little bit challenging for you. So as long as you're breathing, know that you got it. All right, take one more inhale here. Let's sit up nice and tall. And then you're gonna frame your knees with your hands. Now from here, what we want to think about doing is taking an inhale here, set your belly, draw your belly button into your spine, and then as you exhale, this right hand is going to start to sweep out as we scoop our low belly in, rolling open to the right side. Now inhale, use your right oblique to help pull you back up, and then exhale, we open out to the right. Let your gaze follow your fingertips. Inhale. As you exhale, open to the right. And then take one more here. Inhale. As you exhale, open to the right. Hold here. Now squeeze your block a little bit more. And then we're just going to pulse. Open. Open. Now, as you're pulsing, are you creating the movement from your waist? Or are you simply opening with your shoulder? Because that's a really easy cough out. And I can't tell if you're at home. I can't call you out. But I'm trusting that you're working functionally here, okay? So really think about focusing on creating this movement where we're trying to create strength rather than just letting that ego again take over and getting as many reps in as you can. That's not gonna do much for us. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, let's drop it open to the left. Inhale, use your left oblique, pull yourself back up. And then exhale, scoop your low belly in as you open. Let's do a few more. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale as you open. 2 more. Inhale, let your gaze follow your left thumb. Exhale. Good. 1 more here. Inhale. Exhale. This time you're going to hold the openness of your left arm. Squeeze that block and pulse. Open. Open. Good. For 4, 3, 2. Now hold it open here. See if you can twist just a little bit further. If you can't, that's okay. Simply breathe. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, sit yourself all the way back up. Let yourself fold forward for just a moment. Take a breath in, side out. All right, go ahead and bring yourself all the way down onto your back. And you're gonna wanna make sure that you have room overhead to reach. So I'm gonna face the opposite way, otherwise I'm gonna grab onto all of that stuff. And I want you for a moment just to reach your arms up and back. Let's actually start with the soles of the feet planted down onto the floor. So what we want to do here is you can even take one of your hands underneath the space of your low spine for a moment. And I want you just to think about connecting your low back down into the earth. So let's find an inhale here as we do what's called imprinting, or pushing the low spine down into the floor. And as you exhale, I want you to release your low back and arch, almost exaggerating the movement a little bit too much. Again, as you imprint to push your low back down, feel your transverse abdominals engage. Exhale as you release an arch. Good. Now inhale, I want you to find the middle of those two spaces. This is your neutral pelvis. We want to try to maintain that. And then see if you can hug your shoulder blades towards one another, feeling your shoulders pull down and out of your ears. Now let your next inhale begin to reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're simply gonna lift the head and the shoulder blades, arms reaching towards the toes. Now inhale, reach your arms back up, head is still lifted. And then as we exhale, lower the head back down, reach your arms overhead, but only until you feel like your rib cage wants to flare out. So if we come all the way back here, you'll notice how the ribs start to flare. So as we come down into our new starting position, we wanna think about still being able to see our biceps and our peripherals. So let's take it. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, peel your head and your shoulder blades up. Inhale, keep the head and the shoulder blades lifted, reach the arms. As you exhale, lower yourself down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulder blades. Take an inhale, float your arms to the sky. Exhale as you lower. Now we have one more here. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to hold this position here for a count of 5. If it feels good, maybe the feet come into a reverse tabletop for 4. Still keeping your belly hugging in for 3, 2, 1, and release all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Good job. All right. From here, we're going to stay exactly as we are onto our back. And I want you to go ahead and grab either your block or your ball or whatever you can place in between those thighs. So we're going to bring our arms out into a goalpost or a goddess shape. And I want you to flex your feet. Push your knees out so that they stack over top of your hips. So finding that 90-degree flexion from your hip joint. Take an inhale here as you find neutral spine. And then exhale, we let the knees fall over to the right, but only to the point where we feel like our left shoulder blade wants to lift. So we're not going to let it. But as you inhale here, bring your knees all the way back up through center. Exhale, let them fall over to the left. So we're just working the obliques here a little bit more. Inhale to come back up, squeezing into your prop. Exhale, let the knees fall. Inhale to bring yourself up. Exhale, let your knees fall over. Now from here, we do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Don't worry about the depth. Focus on how it feels. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Now inhale, pull yourself all the way back up. Exhale, bend the knees, hug them into your chest. Really good job. All right, from here, we begin to make our way into our yoga portion of the practice. So I want you to stay on your back as you are. Start by taking one hand on top of each of your knees, and you're just slowly gonna circle your knees out in opposite directions. So starting to give your hip joints a little bit of a massage here. You can find and notice any sticky spots throughout your hip creases. If you feel them, see if you can linger into that and explore a little bit more with your breath, as well as with your curious attention. So close your eyes if that feels safe. And just start to allow yourself to notice your breath and where it's landing within your body. We're gonna take about 3 more here. And you can either stay with those knees circling out or take your peace fingers, wrap them around your toes, and let your knees fall out into a happy baby. Let your breath begin to move a little bit more fluidly through your nose. Feeling your breath move equally into all 4 corners of your ribs. Let's take one more here. And as you inhale, I want you to gently hug your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze and then roll over to one side. Bring yourself up into your tabletop position, curling your toes under. And then I want you to lift your hips high and back, finding a downward facing dog. Now from here, you can go ahead and gently begin to pedal your heels down. You can sway your hips over to one side or the other, bringing a little bit more of a lateral stretch into the side of your body. And maybe you even explore turning your chin in one direction and then the other here as well. Now as we move through a couple flows here, I'm going to do the first one modified, and then you can choose whichever you prefer. Let your next inhale roll you over your toes into a high plank position and then drop your knees down. As you exhale, lower halfway or to the floor. Now inhale into your back bend, cobra, or maybe an upward facing dog. Exhale, make your way into your downward facing dog and take just 3 breaths here. Let your jaw soften. Peel your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And on your next inhale, let's roll forward one more time. As you exhale, lower with control. Inhale into your back bend. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog. And as you inhale here, sweep your right leg up into the sky. Exhale, step your right foot through in between your hands. Now find the ball of your left foot pushing down, and on your next inhale, reach your arms all the way up, fingertips touch. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart. Now inhale, hug your shoulder blades together. As you exhale, open your right hand out to the side. So from here, we again want to think about twisting through the sides of the waist, through the thoracic spine. Try not to lean forward. Keep pulling back with your right hand. You got it. 2 breaths. Maybe even looking over your right shoulder if you can. Let it be a little bit wobbly and just breathe into it. Good. As you inhale from here, bring your hands all the way forward, framing onto your left foot. Drop your right, or framing your right foot, sorry. Drop your left knee down, untuck your toes. And as you inhale here, hands can reach back up. Now I'm gonna take my block onto, I'm just gonna flip over here so you can see. I'm gonna take my block over onto my left side. And what I like to do here is I like to take my left hand down onto my block and then really hinge and start to lean over to the right side. Good. From here, let's take 2 breaths. Really grounding through the top of your left foot, pulling your right hip back just a little bit more. Now inhale, bring your hands down onto the inside of your right foot. You're gonna heel toe your right foot all the way over to the right edge of your mat, hands underneath your shoulders. Now from here, as we find our dragon pose, you can choose to stay exactly as you are. I like to open my right toes kind of off of my mat and find the outer edge of my right foot and open up a little bit more. So just depending on what feels good for your hip, you have the ability to really make this pose your own. So really listen to what your body is telling you here and see if you can breathe into it. We're gonna take about 3 inhales and 3 exhales. Now, if you've made your way down onto your forearms, I want you to gently press yourself back up onto your palms when you're ready. From here, we're gonna heel toe that right foot all the way over to the left side of our mat. So take your right knee behind your right wrist, extend out your back left leg as we come into our pigeon pose, but don't fold forward just yet. If you want to, you can take a block underneath your right sit bone for a little bit of support. And then from here, start to walk your hands closer to your hips. As you inhale here, I want you to find length into your spine. And then as you exhale, let's lead with the heart, pouring forward. Now tuck your chin to your chest as you inhale. 1 vertebrae at a time, roll yourself up. Exhale, let's twist, taking your right elbow over or right shoulder towards your left wrist. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale as you rise. And then this time as you exhale, you can start to walk your hands out a little bit further in front of you. Now, in this space, you have a moment or 2 to breathe here. So I want you to settle in and see if you can find a little bit of comfort here by deepening your breath and really sending it to the space of your body where you're feeling sensation the most here. So together, let's find a really nice big inhale in. Side out your mouth, exhale. And just allow yourself to enjoy a few more breaths here, really trying to stay as soft as you can throughout the muscles of your face. Now from here, go ahead and inhale as you begin to slowly transition your palms back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your left toes under, lift the left knee up, and then step your right knee back to meet left. From here, make your way into your downward facing dog and just take a moment to notice the difference that you might be experiencing between the left and the right side of your body. Now, on your next inhale, I want you to gently extend your left leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, go ahead and place it in between your palms. Wiggle those right toes back, lengthening out the right knee. And as you inhale here, arms rise, fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart. Now inhale, retract the shoulder blades one more time. And then this time as you exhale, let's open that left arm out. Good. So really see here if you can again create rotation through the middle region of your spine. Maybe if it's comfortable, looking over the left shoulder and then breathing here for 3 more breaths. Don't worry about the wobbles. Be more worried about staying the same. Let's inhale. Bring that left hand back to meet the right. Frame your left foot with your hands. Drop your right knee down. Untuck the toes. You can take your block if you choose over onto that right side. And then inhale as the arms rise up. Exhale. Let's hinge and lean a little bit further over to the right. Take 3 breaths. And then inhale, hands come down onto the inside of that left foot. Heel toe it off to the edge of your mat. Hands finding positions underneath your shoulders. And you can take your hands onto your blocks if you would like a little bit more space. And again, feel free to stay with that left foot forward or find the outer edge of your left foot pushing down into the earth. From here, you can stay onto your palms. You can take your block underneath your shoulders, working your forearms down. Maybe you come all the way to the floor, but wherever you are, I just want to make sure that you're breathing here. So together, let's find a really nice deep breath in. And let a really big sigh out. Take a couple breaths and just notice if there's anywhere that you can begin to meet resistance with your breath. As you inhale, slowly begin to guide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Plant your left foot down and then heel toe it all the way over to the right. Take your left knee behind your left wrist, extend out your right leg, and again, feel free to take your block behind the back of your hip if you would like a little bit more space. Now, fingertips tenting just off of your mat. Inhale here, heart forward, and then exhale as you lower down. Now inhale, tuck your chin to your chest, peel yourself up. Exhale, left shoulder to right wrist. Inhale as you pick yourself up, back through center. Exhale, right shoulder to left knee. And then inhale as you lift back up one more time. Exhale as you fold. Now from here, start to breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. Side out your mouth, exhale. Just allow yourself again to enjoy creating a little bit more space into the side of that left seat. The hips don't have to be perfectly square here if you're feeling compression or pinching into the front of your left hip. Notice what happens if you gently begin to shift your weight a little bit further over to the left-hand side. Let's take 2 breaths. And then on your next inhale, you can slowly begin to guide yourself all the way back up. Now, rather than coming back into our down dog, I simply want you to shift your weight over to that left side. Swing your legs out in front of you, and then take your feet about mat width distance apart. Hands come behind the back. Start to slowly windshield wipe your knees from side to side, releasing into the hip creases and creating just a little bit more room. Now your next little bit of time here, you can grab some water once more if you like. And we're going to come down onto our back. So we are going to come into a little bit of relaxation at the end of practice. So if you have like a sweatshirt or a blanket or some socks even that you would like to put on, just make sure that they're within arm's reach as we come down onto the floor. So you're going to start with your feet planted up at the top of your mat. Wiggle out the fleshy parts from underneath your sit bones, and then bring your hands behind your back or behind the backs of your thighs for support. Or you can reach your arms alongside your body. Just make sure that your shoulder blades are retracting towards one another, opening through the chest. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, I want you to lower slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Bring yourself all the way down onto your spine and hug your knees into your chest as you do. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And then from here, we are going to drop the soles of the feet down onto the floor, hip width distance apart. Now bring your hands alongside the body. We're going to be coming into a bridge position here, but it might be a little bit different than our traditional yoga bridge. And so in our yoga bridge, we really tend to focus on the back bend, but here we want to think about really working our glutes and our thighs to create the lift of our hips. So let's take an inhale here as you imprint, push your low spine down into the floor. And then exhale as you squeeze the glutes, lift your hips up only as high as your glutes will allow. Now inhale, I want you to lower your hips back down to your mat, either all the way or just to a hover. And then exhale, squeeze as you lift. Few more here. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, use your glutes to help you rise. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale as you lift. Now walk your shoulder blades in a little bit closer together. You can stay here, or maybe you start to create a shelf for your hips with your hands. This is going to deepen the back bend, however, so just be mindful that you're not feeling or experiencing any compression into your low back, and that you're still rooted down evenly through the inner edges of your feet. We'll take 3 breaths here. Then after your last exhale, go ahead and release the grip of your hands, lower your hips all the way back down to the earth, and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Good. From here, we're going to drop open the arms, I should say, first out to the sides of our mat. And then I want you to drop your knees over to the left side. So pick up and pull your hips over to the right. Give your hips a bit of space. If it feels good, you can go ahead and twist tie one knee over the other. Maybe you straighten one leg or both. Take a moment just to find a variation of a twist that feels good in your body here. You can softly close the eyes and just allow yourself to rest, taking a few more breaths. As you inhale, slowly come all the way back up through center. Bring your hips back into the middle of your mat. And then over to the left side as your knees fall over to the right. Take a nice big inhale here. Side out your mouth, exhale. Now let's enjoy just a few more breaths here and just allow your body weight to be supported and relaxed down into the ground beneath you. Good. Now as you inhale, slowly begin to come all the way back up. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and begin to extend your legs out onto your mat. Take any supports that you would like, any clothing that you would like to place over top of you as we begin to move into our Shavasana. And as we find our Shavasana, or before we do that, you're going to find that shape. But I am going to lead you through a guided relaxation that is going to help to downregulate and calm the nervous system, allowing you to really unwind and unravel. So take these next couple moments to settle in and find a position that feels good for your body. And then take an inhale here through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Just allow yourself to breathe for a moment. And as I guide you through a rotation of consciousness, I want you to allow yourself to simply follow along with the words of my voice as best as you can. Start to bring your awareness into the soles of both feet. Notice your heels, the tops of your feet, and all 10 of your toes. Find your ankles, your shins, your calves, and your knees front and back. Find the tops of your thighs, the sides of your thighs, and the backs of your thighs. Notice your glutes supporting you into the floor, and feel the subtle curvature of your low spine. Notice your mid-spine, your upper spine, and your whole spine together. Notice your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, forearms, and wrists. Notice the tops of your hands, the palms of your hands, and all of your fingertips. As you guide your awareness now into the space of your low belly, find the bottom of your rib cage. Notice the sides of your waist and your entire chest. Soften your neck. Relax your jaw as you feel the tip of your nose. Find your forehead, the top of your head, and the back of your head. Feel your whole head together, and then bring your attention into the right side of your body, the left side of your body, the front body, back body, and your whole body together. And for these next few moments, I want you to allow yourself to do nothing but be where you are. Simply allow yourself to sit, or lie, I should say, in stillness, and enjoy yourself for just a few more breaths.
You're on this mic.
All right, everyone. So sorry about that. We had a little bit of an abrupt ending there. It's all good. Everything's okay. So I just wanted to say thank you for hopping on and tuning in with us. Sarah's standing right there. She's A-okay and she's waving at me. Just needed a moment. And yeah, sometimes these things just happen. Welcome to live feeds, right? So we just want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much, YEG Fitness, for having us. And we hope you raise lots of money for your amazing organization, Free Kids Play. And know that we have some great offerings too. If you have, we have our live streams on YouTube. We have our own channel, I was going to say. And we also have our great online studio. So this is our new class. Barre-Dio is something that we We have 3 different specialties we run with here: yoga, Pilates, and barre, and then we've added that little cardio injection that you've had fun with today. And then we have our online studio. So we worked really hard over the last 9 months to get that perfected and do our best with it. You can try it for free for 7 days by visiting Navina Yoga. Oh, sorry, that's our regular website. Our online studio is online.navinayoga.ca, but you can still access it through navinayoga.ca regardless. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much. I hope you had some fun with that, TJ. And we just really appreciate you making us a part of this great event. And no matter what you do and where you do it, just take care of yourself over the holidays, my friends. We definitely need to take care of ourselves right now. Namaste, and we'll see you later. Stay warm.